We are. Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful episode of Two Guys, One Moop. And just forewarning, this is a podcast about everything and nothing at all. So if you're coming here and you're thinking topics, nah. I'm El Fuzzo. It is early in the morning. I am joined by Mr. Brando Comics, and it's early. This is probably the earliest we've ever done this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is bright early. Both of us are barely awake, and we're gonna see where this takes us. How on this wonderful morning, sir?
Well, between the lack of sleep, the early hour for me and you, and my allergies. Did I already say allergies?
No.
Oh, yeah, I feel like a bag of hammered dog shit.
Mm. Allergies are the worst. And they're getting, I mean, it's that transition time where like the weather keeps flipping back and forth, so it's like extra bad.
Yeah.
Like one day it's cold and shitty. Like here today, it was
Yeah.
medium weather and now it's fucking raining.
Same.
So
Same Z's.
and it's just and then tomorrow it'll be like fucking almost 80 degrees and sunny.
It's gonna happen like all fucking.
You're good.
You know
Bless
what
you.
sucks the hardest is I have nothing to sneeze into, so I have to use my fucking jizz rag. That I just put all over my face.
Hey, well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do
I,
sometimes.
I'm just kidding.
Zing. That's the
Listen, like what comes out when you sneeze is just nose jizz, all right?
I mean, technically, it's it's the load blowing out of your face.
That's right. Unlike the other alternative, which we play with somebody on Xbox who just takes nothing but face shots and back shots.
Speaking of face shots and back shots, have you seen that fucking Julio sent us a video the other day, and it was dudes playing Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I laughed so hard. That might have been one of the greatest team kills I've ever seen in the history of team kills. Like you could ask the wife, dude. I watched that thing fucking time. Did you stop laughing?
Did you ever see the one this is from like really old Rainbow.
Okay.
And it's in plane in the cargo area, where you can blow out that wall and then there's that little corridor. So
Yes.
this guy gets the entire team inside of there, and he like convinces them to hide there. Then he reinforces everything. There's that one way he gets them in, then he reinforces that wall, and then just throws his smoke canister and fucking kills this entire team. And they rage and they're so upset. I gotta find that video for you. I wish we could play that here because that just
Dude, there was one guy, I can't remember what the hell game he was playing, but it was I want to say it might have been the Division
oh god.
because you could like seal people in rooms, like even your own teammates, like you could seal them in rooms.
Excuse me.
And he would find ways to get people to go into rooms with him. He would seal them in, and then he would like fucking throw a frag or something in there and just run away.
It might be the same guy.
I guarantee you it probably
I
is.
gotta
It
find
sounds
that video, man. It's classic because it used to be you could team kill your entire team on Rainbow and it wouldn't kick you, it wouldn't punish you. You'd like there's no way.
oh no way.
Like you think Rainbow is toxic now? Rainbow like year one? Oh my god.
Oh, I bet.
Just
Well, and that's
const-
one thing. One thing we were talking about actually last night was how, like, ever since they took away your ability to forgive,
Yeah, that's a problem.
like, like it's the team killing has gone down
Yeah.
because, like, I'm assuming because you can't forgive when you team kill, you do that shit 3 times in a row, they just boot you anyway.
Yeah. Well, and it goes against it marks against you. So
Right.
like if you're playing for an hour and you accidentally team kill in 5 different rounds, you're probably getting like an 8-day ban.
Ooh, I gotta be careful.
I got permanently banned from one incident, so
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Well, listen, I I accidentally team killed one round,
What has
one
happened?
match, and then like a couple matches later, some guy team killed me. So the next round I team killed him. So now I
Right.
have two against me. And then I had already just come off of a 72-hour ban.
Oh
And
shit.
what had happened was I was playing with a bunch of recruits, like a team. It was like a four
Oh
stack.
shit.
And
Mhm.
they team killed me. And I was just like, I'm not gonna mess around with this because I don't want to get banned. So
Right.
I was actually playing as Valkyrie, who has a nitro cell. So
Right.
they were all like following me, and it was right when the match started, and somebody um was breaking through a window. And so I threw my nitro cell at the window, and my team just rushed the nitro cell right when I hit it, and I got a four-piece team kill. And I immediately was removed from the match, and I got the notice that says you have been permanently banned from Rainbow Six Siege. And I had to record it, and I had to send it to Ubisoft and everything. It was like, please watch this. Like how like they were being
Right.
like d bags, and I, I come on, come on. So they
Hey
actually
man,
it
I
took a
can't say
while.
yeah, I can't say shit, dude, because I can't tell you how many times I've whipped a frag into a room and then one of you guys runs in there and I'm like, wait.
Oh yeah, I mean it happens, man. It happens. Genuinely, now the only person that I will purposely team kill, but
Yeah.
only when like where we decide to leave a match or whatever. I love it. It brings me so much joy. I love team killing Goody because
The
she's
only
always like,
person
how she handles it. That's why, because she's just like she like be shocked but then laugh at the same time. Like one time before we exited a game, I team killed her with a nitro cell, and she was like intently staring at a window, waiting to like get the other team, and then she just blew up, and she's like, "Hey!" ah!" So
the only person I'll intentionally team kill is my wife, and that's just because she likes to fuck around.
yeah, I'm shocked that she doesn't just lay the smack down.
I mean, she does, but I get
She's
mine in.
honestly the best rounded player that plays with us.
She
I'm not even saying that. Like she's more consistent than Julio and myself.
she
But
has I don't want to give her too much credit because she's my wife and
God forbid.
she'll hang that shit over my head. But like, dude, she's insanely good. Like she can go back and forth on any shooter and just adapt to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Some people are good like that, man.
dude, she can play Fortnite for like 4 fucking hours and then jump into Rainbow with us, dude, and do just as well on
I
both
know
games.
it's crazy.
Like, and they're complete opposites of what that shit is. So credits to you there, wifey, for being good
Mhm.
at shooters.
I don't know, man. Video games, just, but I don't know. I'm inconsistent now. I used to be very very consistent, but like then I get salty and I sit up, and then what happens last night happens. We're down 2-0
Yes.
matches, and we win three in a row, and I end up with 15 kills and 3 assists,
I was gonna say you went
or
what,
whatever.
15
15, I think
3?
15-3, and I died twice.
Yeah.
I
Which is
got
right. And the
real
last
sweaty.
round, dude, the last round was insane. The win round was out of this world good. That's shit you should have recorded and put on the old TikToks.
I don't know, man. I get real. I either like just don't give a shit and I lay down, or I get ultra sweaty. It's kind of like sex.
I'm just bad. I'm
Nah, you
just
have your moments.
I have my moments, but I'm consistently bad though.
But like it's always exciting though. Like you and Goody, when you both get kills, I get more excited than anything ever. Like if you get kills while I'm still alive, I have no idea. And I'm
Right.
oh sweet. But like if I die first and I'm watching you guys' cams and you get like like this ridiculous out of your ass kill, I scream. I get so excited. Like, yes.
Get
Just
more excited than the person doing the kill.
yeah,
We're just
absolutely.
like, oh shit, I got him, and you're like, gosh.
See, because and you're great because like you acknowledge your kill.
Right.
You're like, gotcha, bitch.
Hmm.
and you know it. But Goody, when she when she gets a kill, she has no idea. She's like, "What?
She's like,
What
yeah,
happened?
the John what?
What? What? What? I got her kill." Hey.
Oh my god, I love it. See, I'm the old school video gamer though, man. Like I'm still a Nintendo kid. Like I'll
Yeah.
always be that guy. And like the wife yells at me all the time. She's like, "Oh man, you got to play newer games." I'm like, "Yeah, nah, cool. I'm still playing Super Mario 3,
Mm.
beating it for the 700th time because I love this game."
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with liking what things you want to like. Speaking about liking things or not liking things, now we're gonna
Ooh,
jump into another thing if you don't mind,
shift.
because I saw all of them, I believe.
Okay.
What's your feelings on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Um, I like the show. I think it's I think it's good. Like there's nothing that like stands out like big to me. Like it's not like holy shit, this is awesome, but it's not
Yeah.
like holy shit, this is bad. It's very middle of the road for me. The action sequences are cool. I haven't watched the newest episode that just dropped Friday yet. I'll probably watch that later today.
Maybe I didn't. Oh,
but
yeah, I have to probably see that one too.
but all in all, like I'm just kind of over the what was explained to me as chaotic neutral
Mm.
of the Marvel universe. I'm dumb, so I didn't know what the hell chaotic neutral is. But I'm over the we're friends, but we have an issue, so we bicker all the time, but we
Yeah.
still get the job done. Like I'm kind of over that. I'm also over the fact that like I'm even though I'm a villain kid, like I'm kind of getting over the point with Marvel that like I you got to stop making your villain so goddamn likable. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weird guy. Like I said, I'm a villain guy. I've always really liked villains. I like the
Yeah.
Joker, I like Black Adam. I like the bad guys.
I
I've
agree.
always liked it. But like between Infinity War, those movies and now Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm like you are making this villain way too likable. Like I almost like him to the point where I want him to win.
I know that was the biggest thing, the funniest. That was the biggest shift in Infinity War. People were like,
Yeah, dude.
Thanos wasn't wrong.
It's terrible. Like he wasn't
I mean, but he was. Why is this motherfucker? Oh, so many resources. There's too much population for the resources.
right.
So instead of snapping my finger and making more resources, or literally, you could snap your finger and do any fucking thing in the world, man.
That's true.
Anything, anything. You can make more resources. You can make an infinite amount of resources. You can reheal the earth. You can replenish anything you want.
That's
And
true. He's just to kill people.
yes,
But I think the thing that's so relatable about that, like, is that like most of us probably feel that way on a daily basis. Like when you're driving to work and you're stuck in traffic, you're like, man, if I could snap my fingers and fucking clear out half this shit.
but see, yes, but then I think about it like, or I could just snap my fingers and be at work,
That's true.
and
You're absolutely right.
not even need to have a car.
Okay. All right, man.
But
You,
like I said, I'm that fucking guy that will watch a movie about aliens and get mad when they, like I said, open up the Pringles can and there's not a single
yeah.
Pringle. So,
What are your thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
it's not bad. It's not
No,
the
it's not.
best. It's not bad. I'm just tired. I'm about to talk shit about Marvel for a minute. I'm just so tired about like how they just use the same algorithm and the same like
Yeah.
or same formula for slow, depressing burn in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you think like, okay, they got that one episode out of the way. Then it's like, nope, it's gonna be the same thing the second episode. Oh, struggles, sadness, sorrow, and
Yeah.
then they're like, all right, 4 episodes deep, we're gonna start kicking it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just over that. We
Yeah.
discussed it
No.
outside.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just like,
feel
it's
it.
just getting
Yeah.
so fucking like. blah.
Yeah, it's the same formulaic bullshit.
And that's one of the heavy, not the main reason, but that's one of the big reasons why I fucking couldn't stand Endgame. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my, I get it. Like you don't. This is why I love movies. Like, um, there's powerful movies out there that can show like the
Yeah.
depression and the sorrow, and they can film it and the direction and how the director makes it. It can be done in 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
One scene comes to mind that shows like the ability to mix an emotional sad scene
Hmm.
and make it, I guess, wholesome, and make it like also like, no, we're doing this because we're appreciative of you. And that one scene, and that scene is probably no joke, maybe 45 seconds long. And I'm talking about the scene, I guess, spoiler alert,
Right.
the scene in Schindler's List.
Right.
Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay. When they make him the ring. It's
Okay.
like, yes, the whole movie is based on the most horrific event ever in the history of the world,
Yeah.
but to show their appreciation for Oscar Schindler,
Mhm.
they're taking out their gold teeth, they're putting together what they can just to get enough gold together to melt down and make him a ring.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be like, hey, we appreciate you. This is a happy moment, and then they film it to where he's just like completely emotionally overblown, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I could have used this to get more names, to save more people, and they're like,
Mm.
no, but like, you know what I'm talking about? That's
Yeah.
that good mix of like sorrow
Yeah.
and thankfulness and gratitude.
Where
And
you don't have to use
two
an
hours of the movie.
hour of the film. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Like,
absolutely, dude. There's been, I think that's a battle, and I really think that comes down to like I don't know if I'd say studio or director. Like it's an artistic way of doing things. Like some people are just better at telling a story faster.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some people are better at telling a story faster. Some people have a formula that's worked for them forever, so they just beat that fucker
I
to
know.
death.
I know you're sick of this too. Basically, the thing that I'm sick of, and I know you're completely sick of this, that Marvel does, and it's with everything. They do it with shows, they do it with movies. It's, we're gonna have a really sad moment that's like emotional and really tugs at the heartstrings, and then
Hmm.
right at the end, we're gonna throw in a like a dick joke,
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
or we're gonna have a scene that's really really powerful and angry and dark and brooding, and then right at the end, we're gonna throw in a fart joke.
Yes. Yeah. No, I've said that about Marvel movies
It's
for a
just like,
while.
come on, man. Like that,
Yeah.
and that specifically, that fucking formula they do is what turned me into watching Endgame, into being like, definitely
Right.
not the best, but all right. To, this is my least favorite comic book based movie of all time. I will take Captain Marvel over Endgame. I don't give a fuck. Sam can argue with me all day long. Anyone can argue with me all day long. Everybody has their own different tastes and opinions. Fine.
Yeah.
One scene in specific will forever and always be the nail in the fucking coffin as to why I hated that movie. Uh,
I'm gonna guess before you say, and it's the when Thor goes back in time to meet his mom.
yes.
Yep.
That there, because they finally pulled together, because, oh, we're just gonna have fat depressed Thor and make a bunch of fat jokes and
Of
make
course.
him make fun of him for experiencing depression, because it's really funny and hilarious to joke about people's depression. Okay.
Right.
And there's ways of doing that, by the way, and I'll get into that in a moment since we're talking about
Okay.
films.
Sounds good.
But finally, they tie it together and they show, oh, he's actually legitimately experiencing depression. He's
Right.
blaming himself. He's this. He's that. He sees his mom. She shows her motherly side, like a mother knows.
Yeah.
Amazing, powerful scene. That scene was fucking epic.
It was good.
And then it went out the window when she said, "And Thor, eat some salad."
Of
Like,
course.
what the fuck?
Like I said, man. I don't know if that's artistic. I don't know if that's directorial. They did the same thing in the Snyder cut too, man, with
And
that
I'm
Joker scene.
yeah. And they can balance that though because it's been done. I think one of the most beautifully balanced movies where you can laugh and it's not you're making fun of or laughing at the person's misery or depression or sorrow that they're going through. You're laughing with how they're dealing with it as
Yeah.
it's intended. And that
Okay.
movie is Paul Giamatti's Sideways.
Oh yeah, because
That
he was a
movie is
fucking
fucking
lunatic.
yes, but it's
Yeah.
hilarious, but you're not laughing at this man's sorrows.
Right. You're laughing at the way in which
He's handling it.
the whole shit plays out. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And it makes it relatable.
Exactly. No, I
It's like
agree.
it's like when you fucking stub your toe and you're pissed off at the moment, you're not laughing at it. But
Right.
how you stubbed your toe is funny. We're not laughing
Exactly.
at the fact that you're in pain, we're laughing at how you did that.
Oh, trust me,
And
it is.
Marvel doesn't give a fuck about that, and it's just getting old.
Right.
Like
No, I feel it, dude.
we're supposed to laugh at Winter Soldier, like the back and forth between him and his therapist. Like this dude is going through it,
Yeah,
and he's in therapy, and we're just gonna like laugh about it
of course.
because you can still be Marvel and still make things funny without
Right.
needing to make everything funny.
Right.
So that is where I'm kind of like on the fence with. We're gonna have to throw in, by the way, spoiler alerts.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like we'll just put a text or something
Yep.
before this. I forgot to say that, but like the
Nice.
back and forth with him and his therapist,
Yeah.
you can have a powerful scene without need like,
Yes. Well,
oh
they did it, dude. They did it when him, Sam, and the therapist were together.
yeah, they made it a
When
joke.
they fucking were like locked into knees, and then
Yes.
like Bucky finally had that moment where he was like,
Excuse me.
if it wasn't that important to you, then I'm not that important to him, or some shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you felt like this, then that means he felt like that. And then Sam storms off, and they had that powerful fucking moment there, man.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the next time they're all together, jokey. We got to make it
Always.
jokey, and it's just like, come on, man, just lean on that a little bit, because this story to me is a powerful fucking story, dude. Like
Yeah, it
it's
is.
it's it's insanely powerful because Bucky's going through it, Sam's going through it, everybody's confused about what they want to fucking do and all that shit. Like maybe not so many jokes.
Or have jokes, but just at different times.
Right.
You can sprinkle jokes in all day long. Just sprinkle them at different times. Because I personally, when I watch something, I like to experience all the emotions
Okay.
in turn.
Right.
I don't need to be like like in one fucking scene.
Right. Do you
So
think though, I do have a question. Do you think that's done because there is a worry, like a preconceived worry about people feeling depression when watching things?
I don't think so. I think it has to do with um Marvel completely spanks DC when it comes to movies. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I'm talking about
it's true.
money wise.
Oh my
Yes, of
God.
course, there's been some fucking really successful DC movies and
Right, but they
they
still
made a
don't
ton of money,
touch.
but you're not touching fucking. If you take 10 DC films and 10 Marvel films, I can and compare which like the direct pool of money, it's fucking astronomical.
Yeah.
It's like comparing fucking Jeff Bezos' bank account to mine. So realistically,
Yeah.
um, and they just did they're just like, oh, this is our shtick, this is what works, this is what sells, and we're just going to constantly, relentlessly do it. But there's a fucking problem because I was reading online forums, I've been reading forums, it's on Reddit, people are starting to turn, and not everybody, and starting to feel like you and I. They're like, all right, it's all right, Marvel. Like, okay, can you make at least? Can you go? One guy commented, it got like tens of thousands of upvotes, so that means people feel the same way that he does or she,
Right.
whoever posted on Reddit.
Right.
It just literally said, okay, Marvel, um, we get it. You can be funny, but it's okay to be serious every now and then.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. But see, like, that's the crazy thing to me is they pulled that off. The first season of Daredevil, there was fucking almost no jokes, dude, unless they came out of Foggy's mouth.
Agreed.
Like, Foggy was the only funny part to that show. And it was super, super successful.
How about Born Again? That to me, I'm saying this. I don't care. I'll fight anybody on this. You're not going to change my opinion. Was it season 3? Daredevil, Born Again.
Yeah, that was
When
the
they
Born
based
Again
it off
season.
Frank Miller's Born Again.
Yeah.
That to me is the best crafted Marvel show season of any Marvel show I've ever seen to date.
I mean, yeah, probably.
That to me takes the cake. And I've enjoyed other shows. And I'm gonna even talk about fuck Marvel. I'm talking about just like Disney. I'm talking about this includes Mandalorian. This
Yeah.
includes the anything based off of any Marvel character, the Punisher, anywhere in between. That season was just so they
It
kept it
was very
grit.
good. Yeah, they kept it good, man. I mean, but
But
that's the
that's
thing is
that's the
like,
extremes though.
why? True, but it was also like, I wonder if that's because there were different hands in the pot. I wonder if that's because Netflix had a fucking, a hand in that, where they were
Oh, for
like,
sure. Because Netflix
where,
Netflix is way better at balancing things, honestly, than just like regular Marvel. Look at
yeah,
like all the Netflix originals. If you not every Netflix original is great, but they pump out a lot of decent stuff, and they're very good with balancing things, in my opinion.
oh, for sure, man. Like,
Excuse me.
one of the most successful things, dude, that like, and this is anything, this is network, everything, is that
Oh yeah.
show. It's called. I've not watched it, but the wife
Yep.
fucking
That's
head
really
over
good.
heels for it. Like, super dark, but like tells a great story. Apparently, I mean, it's one of the most revered shows in normal like modern television right now. Everybody loves that shit that's watched it.
Yeah, that's very wonderfully done, and that's the thing. See, that's perfect. That's a perfect balance because there's funny moments
Mm-hmm.
in in that show,
Right.
but they will never overshadow me. I'm like, ha, that guy's kind of funny. He said something funny, but he's still a piece of shit.
Right. Right. But he's still fucking who he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so happy that that Snyder cut was released because I feel that the original Justice League that came out, they tried the Marvel thing and it fucking flopped.
Well, they 100% did because I mean they went and see the one thing that's going to be very very interesting to me is how well the new Suicide Squad does
Oh God, I know.
because that is another Marvel director poll. You know,
Yeah.
like is it going to be Guardians of the Galaxy?
I fucking hope not.
I'm not 100% sure it's not going to be. I'm really not.
Because that's the problem. Because DC fans are fucking realists. DC fans, like always, forever and always, with the exception of maybe a few I'm talking about mainstream, like
Right.
DC, Marvel, like things that people know.
Yeah.
Um, DC's dark and gritty. Marvel's like the light and bubbly.
Of
DC
course.
went dark and gritty when, like, with Dark Knight, and that kind of changed everything over. I'm talking about in the books, like Frank Miller basically
Yeah.
pulled DC, and
He-
I'm
and-
talking about mainstream. Before anyone fucking jumps down my throat, and they're like, well, "What about this that came out in 1970?" Like, okay, talking about as a whole.
as a whole.
Frank Miller took a fucking paintbrush, dipped it in black paint, and just fucking darkened the shit out of DC.
Everything.
Can
Yes.
you? Am I wrong? For
No.
the mainstream. Okay, thank you.
No.
Whereas Marvel's always just like, oh,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so DC fans, I will give it to DC fans. DC fans are, and this is coming from a primarily Marvel boy here. Everyone
Right.
knows. DC fans, I will give it to you. Talking about like just your regular DC fans,
Right.
like the ones that just stick with DC, the
Mm.
purists, if you will.
Purists.
You are way, way, way more fucking consistent than Marvel people. Way more
It, in
in what you want.
right.
That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, I get you.
Like Your
Okay.
DC, you guys get upset if they like if they make something that's try to be like Marvel in a movie
Oh
now.
yeah.
Come up when
Oh,
you're
of
a
course.
DC person and you watch a DC movie and you're just like, why was like you're more honest. Like
Right.
no Mama Huevo. I want
Yeah.
fucking I want fucking darkness.
Right. I will give you another film that balanced humor and seriousness very, very well, and that was Shazam. It balanced it better because
Yeah, there's only yeah. Shazam for me only had one thing that really I just couldn't get into. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining, but there's just one thing that I just couldn't get past. I don't think I didn't like I thought the chemistry was off between Kid and then Shazam. Like their personalities like it
their
was just too
personalities
extreme.
were very different.
I
Yes.
was like
Okay, I'll give you that.
it was kind of weird because like when he turns into
Be-
Shazam, he's supposed to be the same kid but as Shazam.
right. He's
Whereas
still Billy Batson,
yes,
but like he
whereas
was a
where
lot more lighthearted as Shazam
yeah,
than he ever was when he was just the kid.
yeah.
Because the kid was dark and broody and he was
So it's almost to
jokey.
me like it was the kid Billy, and then he
Right.
transforms into a completely different person.
Different person.
That was the only thing I was just like, that chemistry is a little off.
A little
But
bit.
I'm not
But
even trying to nitpick on that. But
I think you're gonna get that with when casting fucking Zachary Levy, because I don't know, like I don't know if I've ever seen that dude not be a goof.
so find a
It's
kid that's a goof.
I mean they could have switched Freddy, the kid that played Freddy, who was a goof the entire fucking movie.
Excuse me.
Now
I don't know,
you
man.
mention it. But no, like I felt like the scenes like when it started rolling out at the end, like after spoilers if you haven't seen Shazam yet, but like after Billy had the moment with his mom where he discovered, that it wasn't what he always thought it was,
Mm.
like when he goes back to the family, that balance, there was one kid, there was one kid consistently in that whole movie who was basically the Foggy of the film, and that was Freddy. Freddy was always making jokes, beginning of the movie to the end of the fucking movie. But the seriousness that Billy started showing and everything like that towards the end, like it didn't take this moment where it was like, holy fuck, dick joke. They didn't do that.
There's only one Marvel franchise that I don't mind that on, and in fact, on the earlier movies, I kind of was like, see, that's really lacking because of what it is. And I might catch shit for this, but I'm talking about Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like
No, I get that.
I was not fucking convinced at all. And some of you out there may have been. I was not convinced that fucking Toby Maguire was like a sophomore in high school.
Well, no, Tobey Maguire was like a fucking old ass man.
Yes. Like I wasn't fucking convinced that was it James Garfield?
Andrew.
Andrew, that's right. Andrew Garfield. I wasn't convinced that he was a fucking sophomore or junior in high school. Like he did he you know who he reminded me of? I felt like his he was like the Flash as Spider-Man.
Ooh. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that shit, because that just makes me want to fucking kick the
Like
shit out of fucking Ezra
I
Miller and throw Andrew Garfield in as
I
the
feel
Flash.
I would have liked Andrew Garfield as the Flash. I think
Ooh.
that's just a connection I made.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people adore what's his name, the Tom Holland,
Yeah.
and I do too. And there's a lot of people that fucking can't stand him. But you know what I love? They fucking finally made a Spider-Man where this is a fucking nerdy kid who's awkward as fuck, who's
Yeah.
been through some shit, who's trying his best to still see positives and still laugh and still live a life
Right.
that he can. And he's a fucking mid high school aged kid. So all that stupid silliness, like
Set.
let's say something serious is going on right now, and then your best friend just makes a fart noise. That's
Yeah.
acceptable because that's what
They're
fucking high school
kids.
boys do.
Right.
Like,
Well, it's also a coping mechanism for some of us
yes,
when we're young.
and I can buy that.
Yeah,
I can
no,
buy
100%.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I can't buy? I can't buy their fucking. Uh, uh, yes, you're fat. Eat a salad.
All right.
And I'm just like,
Like, fuck, man, that's his mom.
that's great. That's really awesome. That's yeah, that's cool. The God of Thunder, because and this is the worst part is that they cater so much to the casuals or the people that never pick up a book in their life,
Of course.
which is fine if they can do that. But still, you mean to tell me, and I get it, the you can't have all the characters in the movies because they
Right.
didn't have the rights to them.
Mhm.
But are you telling me that if they, as a whole, kept the Infinity Gauntlet story a little more accurate to the original,
Mhm.
that still wouldn't have broken fucking records?
Oh, it still absolutely would have broken records, dude. It
They
probably
did
would
a
have broke if they would have kept it closer and dropped in a couple extra people that like they could have, like I mean, you hinted at certain people in other movies, you could have kind of shoehorned in there real quick, just been like, who the fuck was that? Oh, it's Adam Warlock. You'd be
Yep.
like, oh, what? Because you would have made more money because you have the casual who would have seen that for 2 seconds and been like, that don't mean dick. But then you would have had the people that had actually read the storyline, i.e., you and millions of other people, been like, oh damn, and got like super excited and told, all their fucking friends.
Yep. I don't know, man. Also, Marvel, again, to shit on Marvel really quick, they have an obsession with needing to, at least in the beginning, nerf their fucking characters.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Scarlet Witch. I'm looking at you, Winter Soldier and Falcon. How about the scene? You don't see him top. Like, I'm sure he's on top of the truck.
Oh yeah.
Bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. And you know what
Yeah.
else Marvel has an obsession, or Marvel-based movies have an obsession? Because I get it. Like Venom. Venom was Sony,
Right.
right? Like, come on, Marvel. You have such an amazing gallery. Why
Yep.
on earth is it always like that stupid fucking, oh, I have a character that, let's say I have a character that has super strength and can fly.
Mm-hmm.
What villain are we going to use? A character that can fly and has super strength. It's like,
Of course. Of course, man. Of course.
that's
Wanted to
why I
happen.
love that's why I love Batman, because everyone's going to be opposite of this motherfucker besides like, okay, dark and angry. Like, yeah,
Right.
Batman, yeah, he's a billionaire and he's rich and he's a human with no superpowers, but
Sorry. Thank you.
and then you have like fucking the
The
Joker.
Riddler
You have
or the
Two-Face and
Joker.
you have the Riddler
Yeah.
and you have like all these characters. And I'm gonna always say this: Marvel v DC versus indie doesn't matter. DC has or also Batman has the best rogue gallery. Period. Period.
Most diverse as well.
Yeah. But Marvel just has that. They just
Wizards fight wizards.
yeah.
Fucking superhumans fight superhumans.
And it's funny because they touched they actually kind of made fun of that in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I laughed. I laughed at that when Falcon says something.
Mm-hmm.
You know that acronym thing that he says?
Yep.
I'm like, "Oh, he just said the only thing ever that Marvel movies put out."
Right.
He's absolutely
Maybe.
right.
Yeah, but maybe it was the uh it I very well could have been the writers making fun of themselves too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that this shit works for us, so we're
That
just gonna
part
do
I
it.
won't spoil just in case
Right.
people uh don't care about the spoilers that we already talked about, but that's a funny one and I'm curious if
Right.
anybody picks that up because I'm like, "Oh, they literally just said the fucking algorithm for Marvel."
Well, see, and that's what you touched on earlier is another thing that I will go back on. And this I'm not going to solely put this on Marvel. I'll put this on lots of superhero movies. The only one that actually did this relatively well was a movie called Chronicle. Because okay, so Falcon and Winter Soldier, the top of the bus scene you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me these people had this shit in them for like 2 days.
That's what I'm talking
They had
about.
this shit in them for 2 days,
And they're
and they
taking
just
on the Winter Soldier like no fucking problem.
right.
But then watch, out of fucking nowhere, Winter Soldier's gonna be like, "Hey man, I'm the motherfucking Winter
Winter
Soldier,"
Soldier,
and it's
and
just not
fucking
gonna make sense. And
yeah,
Marvel does that, dude. They nerf the shit out of Thor.
yeah.
They fucking nerf the shit out of Scarlet Witch. Hugely nerf the shit out of Scarlet Witch.
That might now change.
Yeah, now how many years later?
Very true.
Like how many years later?
Very true. But the reason I say that Chronicle, I don't know if anybody's seen that movie. It's a fucking great film, by the way, if you haven't. Chronicle is basically these three kids find this fucking rock in the ground and they all touch it and they all end up with like telepathy, superpowers, crazy shit. It's basically a videotape of how one of them constantly fucking uses his shit to get better. And then obviously he becomes the villain of the film, but he's so much better than the other two. Why? Because the other two kept living their lives being normal, popular kids. This kid was the weirdo kid that didn't really have friends. So he just focused on using his shit. So he got real badass at it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, but like I said, it's not just Marvel. There's lots of movies like that where like all of a sudden this motherfucker just like what was that movie with Jason Statham? Crank.
Crank. Yeah.
Crank. Like this dude. Like I mean, granted, maybe he was like some type of I don't know. It's been a while since I saw Crank, but maybe he was like a badass prior. But then, like, out
It's
of
Jason
no
Statham movie, of course. He's probably some elite special forces fucking
right,
yeah,
but then
always.
out of nowhere, this dude's like, "All right, man, you're gonna die in X amount of time," and he just is like, oh, "Boom! Look at me beating the fuck out of everybody, no
Yeah,
issues."
man. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
That's I hope I just one day I really just want to see one day Marvel put out a movie with like let's say Thor. And they can have like I know they need to make a whole movie out of it with the whole struggle and everything, but why not just at the beginning of the movie just throw in like some little nuisance character and then Thor just comes down and he's just like
Pink.
"Punk." And just because like dude, come on. It's a fucking god of thunder.
Doesn't matter.
No, they're gonna like he's gonna be facing some pissant and it's gonna take 20 minutes for him to beat the guy. And I'm like, come on, man.
I.e., Tony Stark, first Avengers.
Yes. Anyway, I digress. That's that. We're at 43 minutes.
All right, man. Well,
And
we got some sucks to suck, but real quick before you get into the sucks to suck, I got a little bit of mail from our good buddy Denhead, and I wanted to go ahead and open these up on the old show here because he sent me some of his cool stickers. Is that all of them? Okay. I'm going to focus on mainly his stickers. There we go. He sent me some CBFC stickers as well, but Mr. Denhead with his cool little Casey Jones.
I love it.
Very, very cool, man. And I got
Yeah, the
a
shiny
shiny
one.
one too. I got the shiny. But thank you so much, man. That's awesome. And I will be throwing those on my ginormous comic cabinet very soon. So again, thank you so much, Denhead.
And thank
Now
you for
on
me too, because he sent me those also, and I threw them on my IG as a thank you.
hell
But thank you
yes.
for me as well. But without further ado,
Sucks to suck time.
I'm going to start with one that the person is going to remain anonymous because we didn't have a discussion if I could even discuss this on the show, but I know that they wouldn't care as long as I keep them anonymous. That was just told to me as just because this is what people talk to me about. So
Just a
this
funny passerby story.
so this person um hit me up and was like, dude, guess what happened today? And I said, what? They're like, well, I'm not feeling well. I'm very sick. They're at work.
Okay.
And they sharded. And
Dude,
they had to go to the bathroom really, really badly. And they made the fatal fucking mistake of trusting a fart.
yeah, dude.
Never
Never.
trust a fart.
Especially not when you're sick.
No. And they sharded and had to go to the bathroom and sit there with wet wipes and clean everything up as best as they could.
So it was an extremer. Like it wasn't like a oops. It wasn't like a oops shart where you like, oh no, but you caught it in time. This was like a full blown pow pow.
Yeah, there's a Hershey's Kiss left in the undies. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Well,
that
that
sucks to
definitely
suck.
that sucks to suck, dude. But
And
learn from your mistakes. And when you're sick and you have bubble guts, don't trust it. Never trust it.
and now
And now the unveiling.
on to probably my favorite sucks to suck ever.
Ever, like all time, including sucks to sucks that you've experienced personally?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because I laughed about this for days.
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 Now it may not be as funny to you or
We'll
anyone
see.
listening, but this tickled me so much.
You're laughing now. Holy
And-
shit, I can't wait.
And the best part is I cannot believe that this person is allowing us to not
Say it.
only say it, but to tell that it's them. So kudos, you'll see at the end, kudos for having no fucks. So I'm going to read it verbatim,
Word for word.
and then we're going to discuss it for a moment, and then I'm going to tell you all this
Who?
person, and you might not know them, but to me, I'm just astonished. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Quick little backstory, real quick. This person
Mm-hmm.
has to do a lot of Zoom meetings
Okay.
with a lot of people.
Got you.
With her job.
Okay.
Her.
Her. Her.
Okay, here we go. I was on my staff meeting with like 40 people, and I had to poo so bad. So I took my computer into the bathroom because I didn't want to miss anything. My cam was off, but I wasn't muted. So I was pooping. And, you know, sometimes when you poop, you fart. And yeah, yes. And my friend on the meeting texted me and was like, girl, you're not muted. And I literally wanted to die.
Hold on. She forgot to mute the meeting, went to the bathroom, and was just
poop.
ripping ass
And pooping.
while
and according now the extras to this is that people were talking. 40 people are in this meeting and they're all like and her friend who was on the meeting, which means she obviously knows it was her because you can see like
the light up
when people are talking.
Of course.
Girl, you're not muted.
Oh my god, that might be the most embarrassing shit I've ever heard in my life.
And this is with like 40 people. There's 40 people.
Okay, now here's my next question of this because I don't know if Zoom does this, but like there are certain meeting apps that like if you're in there with a certain amount of people, it focuses on your screen when you're the noise.
Man, I don't know.
Dude, could you imagine if every time it was just like black screen, black screen, black screen?
But imagine, this is why this is so funny. she's trying to be responsible. Like when you need to go, you need to go. She's trying to be
Of
responsible.
course.
She doesn't want to miss anything on the meeting. She takes her job very, very seriously.
Right.
And you're like, all right, I really need to poop, but I can't miss any of this because I'm responsible.
Right.
Let me take it into the bathroom. I'm gonna just sit down, put camera off, okay, and then just the fucking devil comes out of you,
Oh my God.
and you don't even realize this, and you're wondering why people are like, yeah, so we're gonna talk about this year's fiscal school, and you're just like, what happened? And then your phone goes bzz, bzz, and it's your friend on the meeting, like, dude. Which means everybody knew it was you.
Here's how, even if we did not already say it was a lady, here is how you would know 100% that it was a lady. And that's because her friend texted her.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you right now, if I'm in a Zoom meeting, if you're in a Zoom meeting, and you or I had that same shit go down, nope.
I'm telling you after the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to break balls.
Exactly. Difference between males and females, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to let you bask in that embarrassment shit, and we'll tell you later.
That is such a sucks to suck moment.
Oh my God. Because, like, dude, you're not going to live it down.
No, not like with me especially.
Once you fucking, not even with the people you work with.
No.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that she doesn't walk into the office the next time she has to walk into the office and people aren't like, so.
And yeah. And I'm a fucking child. I'm a fucking child. So, for example, the first story with my friend that shit their pants at work, they are probably every now and then going to forever be referred to as Prince Poopy Pants. And then this person, which, by the way, drum roll, it's fucking Goody. It was Anna.
That makes it so fucking. Oh my God. Dude, I can't get over the most. Like, that's so fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, she's Zoomy Poops. What up, Zoomy Poops?
You will no longer be named Goody. You are for here on out Zoomy Poops.
And I could just.
Oh my God, dude.
I wish, like, oh God. Like, imagine.
Dude, I don't know if I'd be able to go back to my job. Like me, I could because I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit. But
you know what I mean? Like I'd be like, yeah, that was me, and fuck you guys for listening to me poop. You guys got problems. You should have just booted me out of the meeting.
I just can't wait because the next time we play, I know for a fact when she hops on and she's like, hey, you're gonna be like, what's up, Zoomy Poops?
Everyone's gonna be like, what's up, Zoomy Poops?
And she's gonna get embarrassed, but she's great. She's gonna laugh it off and
to the point where that might need to be her new gamer tag.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. You know what though? I don't have a moop this week, but holy shit.
I do.
Oh, okay, good. Because like I wouldn't even know if we needed one after fucking that.
No, and that's exactly it. So congratulations, Anna. You were this week's Poopy Moopy.
Poopy Moop. Oh, dude. How do you recover?
I don't know. It's so fucking
like if you actually care about your image.
Yeah.
Like, how do you recover from that?
So congratulations, Anna. You are the Zoomy Poopy Moopy.
Zoomy Poopy Moopy.
Yep.
Good job.
And the only thing as this week's Amanda that I can get at is I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna bypass this week's Amanda because I still think that sucks to suck is so epic. It's just taking the fucking.
It's taking all of it.
Yeah, taking it all. You're the the fucking zoomy poopy moopy. You're the fucking greatest sucks to suck ever, in my opinion, just because like a Zoom meeting of or whatever Zoom, whatever it was, 40 people, including like staff, probably like people from like different
I,
districts, and like
dude, I
and
assume
that's the
high
thing.
ups. Yeah.
Not even just that. Wait till she goes and sees. Maybe that was the first time ever people met her, and she's supposed to be like the representative of her job.
Of
If
yeah.
she ever meets these people, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're the poop girl."
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like, oh, hello, I'm such and such from such and such. They'll be like, you the one that was taking a shit on the Zoom meeting? Oh,
Imagine
fuck.
just the echo, because everyone knows that a fart echoes 10 times louder in that
In a
porcelain room.
bathroom. Oh my God, yeah.
The acoustics are fucking amazing.
Dude,
So
it's one of the
people felt
reasons
that in their soul.
it's one of the reasons people hate pooping in a public place.
Hmm?
It's not just because of the dirty toilet. It's because like the acoustics.
Oh,
Like
see,
if you got a deep
yeah, I'm different. When I have to poop in public in a restroom, bro, I push harder than anything ever because I'm going to exert that alpha dominance. So,
I am the alpha shitter.
yeah.
No one's poops are as loud.
So, congratulations, Anna. You are this week's
You
Zoomy.
might be the fucking champion of Sucks to Suck after that one.
Yeah. Just because it involved so many
Like,
people.
people. Yeah. Like if it was a Zoom meeting of like 10, I mean that
Or
sucks.
with your friends,
Yeah, if you fuck friends, it doesn't even
bosses,
register.
colleagues, parents, coworkers, strangers. You're the fucking you're the poopy princess.
You are the poopy moopy. And
Congratulations.
with
Wait, but I
that
will
being
give you
said,
this though.
okay.
Props because you admitted it and you fucking owned it. And you were
Yes.
laughing about it and you're allowing us to put it on a public platform. So big props for that.
I
And
hope someday.
next
I
time
hope
you
someday that somebody watches the show and runs into her in public. They're like, "Oh, you're the poopy moopy."
And if we ever decide to make merch and you get a shirt, I will try my hardest to try to customize it and put a little princess crown on top of something that says poopy moopy. So congratulations.
Fuck yeah.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, remember to hit mute.
Always. Oh my God.